What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about a few things that the N64 teaches us about God. I'm a 90's kid, and to me N64 was like an integral part of my life. It was a big deal. To say that there's actually lessons that could be derived from this, that may seem kind of silly. I know what a lot of you guys are probably thinking.
This is horrible.
But you just gotta hang with me here for a second. Obviously, God is bigger, He's more important than video games. Video games are fictional things, but we're just having some fun here. They're actually not lessons that the N64 teaches us, but they kinda give us nod to better lessons that we learn about God or about our lives. Without too much more delay, let's get started here. Our first game on the list is
Diddy Kong Racing!
Now in second grade for me, Diddy Kong Racing was where it was at. I mean, classmates were talking, they were comparing notes, and how did you do this part? Oh, how did you beat this thing? Did you beat the silver coin challenge in this? It was epic. It was epic. Just flat out, okay? Now, one of the parts that hung a lot of us up, I mean, I guess it really separated the men from the boys in second grade, was have you gotten to Whizpig yet? Have you beat Whizpig yet? Now, Whizpig is this crazy, giant, evil pig that he pretty much runs around calling you a worm all the time. You could not beat this guy without being super persistent. I believe that Christians have to be persistent too. When we have struggles in our life, you have to be persistent against them. You gotta treat it like Whizpig and beyond. Now, Whizpig was a giant, and a lot of our struggles are giants. So what kind of giants might you have? Some people will have giants of lust, anger, fear, not forgiving other people maybe. Gossiping is a big one that that's a major issue for a lot of people. Or do you not know Jesus? And when I say that, do you not, maybe you know of him, but you don't really know him, or you don't know much about God? Those are big struggles. If we persistently fight against those struggles, we can eventually overcome our giants. Just like we could beat Whizpig, hit all the boosts perfectly. I did have friends who did it, and it apparently wasn't impossible. On a side note, in Diddy Kong Racing, there were times when you would just go the wrong way, and you would spin around, and for whatever reason you start going the wrong way. And this wasn't really hard to figure out when it was happening, because there was a big, obvious voice that said,
Wrong way!
Now, we don't get big, giant, flashy notifications in real life that tell us when we're going the wrong way, but we may get a nudge from God, or we may see some things in our life that aren't, adding up to the potential that they could be. You couldn't go the wrong way in Diddy Kong and get to where you needed to be. That was just the simple fact of the way that it was. And not only that, Diddy Kong had these really tough silver coin challenges, and in order to beat these challenges, you couldn't just go the main pathway. You had to go down these difficult to reach, narrow pathways that led through every little nook and cranny of the level in order to be able to accomplish these missions. Matthew 7:13 through 14, and this is the English Standard Version, reads, "Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few." So it's even more important that we go down the narrow paths ourselves, because it's not always easy, but it's those harder times, it's the persistence that can get us to where we need to be. Another aspect from Diddy Kong is the fact that you beat Whizpig, this big tough annoying race. It took forever, and then all the people are running around partying oh yeah, just they think that it's all settled. But then here comes Whizpig again. But these guys are all partying. They think it's all done. They think, oh, piece of cake, I beat Wizpig up. But Wizpig is back. And before they can eat their crazy party cake, the next thing you know, Wizpig is blasting off into space, calling them worms again.
Well, looky here, it's the little worm.
And you gotta blast up there too. And a lot of times we think, oh, I am so over this issue that I had, and it'll sneak back up on you just like Wizpig, and it'll be worse than it was before, more difficult to overcome than it was before. Stay on guard against those things. Even after you think that you beat your giants, you always stay on guard. Always be, striving to love God and love others more. The next game on the list is Star Fox 64. Now this is like the ultimate compilation of sweet one-liners. Here come the little hyenas now. I can't believe I lost to this scum. And of course there's the classic.
Do a barrel roll!
The awesome thing about Star Fox is its focus on teamwork. When Slippy radios in, "Whoa, help me!"
Whoa! Help me!
You drop what you're doing and you blast the ship that's on its tail.
Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me.
That's because you're Star Fox, you're a team, you work together. When there's an enemy ship behind you and you don't happen to see it, Peppy's right there. He's there to tell you, "There's an enemy on your tail. Use the brakes." Proverbs 27:17 in the New King James Version reads, "As iron sharpens iron, so man sharpens the countenance of his friend."
Oh man, I'm gonna have to back off.
Is not something that you want to hear Falco say, because Falco's your friend. You need him. He's your help. Levels become much more difficult without your buddies. In the same way, we need to help our friends in need. Very similarly to Star Fox is Banjo Kazooie. It's all about teamwork, bringing a friend, having a companion. It doesn't matter whether it's an accountability partner, a best friend, a significant other. Having Christians in our lives that help us along the way is important. Banjo and Kazooie both have different roles. They both have different abilities. Kazooie does the and she can run on her legs and make you go much faster, but Banjo can roll, he's powerful. Different Christians serve different roles too. We work as different parts of one body. Check out 1 Corinthians 12. Yoshi's Story. I love this game. When it came out, I could not wait to have it. I just begged my mom, "Please, I need this game. It's so cool." And that game was great, and it was super duper happy. The whole game was the happy tree and blah 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 blah. If we grow super happy, the Yoshis thought, we'll spoil Bowser's evil plot. Their mission was then crystal clear. They had to go and spread the cheer. We should spread the cheer too. There's a time for sorrow, there's a time for joy. But when we let God take control in our lives, we can find peace. Proverbs 17:22 in the English Standard Version reads, "A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." Being in a relationship with God isn't all about, being happy and having all the benefits and stuff. It's about a relationship. It's about loving God. It's about loving others. But there is a peace that comes with following God. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Represent! If you've ever played this game, chances are pretty high that Navi the fairy has yelled at you a lot. When you're running around, this fairy goes, "Hey, listen!" You can choose to ignore Navi in this game, and you can wander around aimlessly, and you still won't know where you're going. If you finally choose to listen, a lot of times she gives you valuable hints about where you're supposed to be going and stuff like that. Okay, first off, God is infinitely more wise and less annoying than Navi. God knows where you need to go and how to overcome the challenges that you face. God is not Navi the fairy. That is not what I'm saying. But a silly little parallel there about Link ignoring Navi and us ignoring what maybe God is trying to tell us. But if we listen to God, He can help put us on the right path. He'll lead us to where we need to be if we're listening to what He tells us. If you want something awesome to read, check out John 8:47 through 59. Or just read all of John 8. The final game on the list is Super Smash Brothers. No, I'm just kidding. You should never smash your bros. The last game on the list is Paper Mario. In Paper Mario, you get whooped by Bowser right at the get-go. You just aren't strong enough. After about 20 hours of leveling up, collecting items, getting teammates to join your party, then you're finally ready to go and actually face Bowser. Sometimes in life, we try to do things outside of God's timing. We can sometimes try to overcome stuff without being plugged into God, trying to do it our own way maybe. There's an article about how Christianity is like an RPG over at gamerfaith.com. Head over there, check it out. For me, N64 reminds me of a simpler time. Games were bright, games were funny, they were kind of new and fresh to me. I'd played the NES and the Sega Genesis, but this was just like, there was something awesome about it. So what have we learned from N64? Like, nothing by itself, but they remind us of some important truths. I'm 90's kid Caleb. Head over to gamerfaith.com and check out more stuff like this. If you enjoyed this video, you can help us out by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, or you can really help us out and make my day by going over to gamerfaith.com. You can find out more about us at the website, and you can also read the full N64 article over there in much greater detail than this short video. Love you guys. Hope to see you next time.